Good morning, everyone. A very happy yoga day and a very beautiful beginning. It's going to be a beautiful day. And I guess as it progresses, we will have very different elements that we will touch on. For this next half an hour, we will touch on mantras and we will also try and experience the, you may say, vibrations or power of this practice. I think many of you, if not all of you, probably have some experience of heard the mantra somewhere. I remember as a child, I used to like when the priests would come at home or someone else's home and they would do their chanting. I didn't quite understand what they were chanting, but because of the chanting, a very beautiful environment would get created. Not just the even Buddhist chanting, I have experienced a little bit, and then that all it creates a particular environment which is very, very, very beautiful. And I hope you all will agree with it. But there's more to it in a sense. It was just more in terms of just listening in. But when we participate in that, again, some of you may have experience with some Sanskrit shlokas as a child. We are taught and we sing them or chant them. It just gives a good feeling. I remember my grandfather teaching me, okay, and he said, you sing this one when you are fearful. And as a child, there were many a times when I go somewhere and I'm afraid of something and I'll chant it again, not realizing what exactly the words I'm saying. But those vibrations, at least to a certain extent, help me overcome that. Now, that could be just my grandfather telling me, or there could be something more. And certainly there is something more. And again, I think I'm not necessarily a doctor, but there's a lot of research these days, and they also say what effect a particular chanting or effect of mantras can be on your nervous system. As the science catches up, we don't necessarily need to wait. If it works for us, it is helpful for us. I would like to talk a little bit about the chanting of the mantras, both one more like an esoteric way, you may say, and the one very simplistic, yet a very transformative way of looking at it. And then we will also experience a few of the chants or mantras I've selected for this morning as we begin our day. And as I mentioned, what is the esoteric way? If you see many of the chants or the mantras, popular mantras, where they have their origin in ancient times, we actually cannot pinpoint a particular day. And this all came through a great wisdom by the rishis and sages of that time. And that actually belongs to many of the religions, not just the uh, Hindu or Indian, but even other traditions have some element of that also. And if you see, even take anything, and if you want to study it, take one from different religions if you like, and see the essence what they try to say. It is actually not religious or original. It is actually transcendental in many ways. And but so these rishis or these sages, these wise people actually know that there's a potency in those words, in those vibrations, and in the way it is chanted as well. It creates a vibration within ourselves and it has a transformative effect. We say that many of those came from the Vedas and then the times of that. So this is some great wisdom and stuck in there. We may wait for the science to prove it for us, or we may can just experience it. And that's what we will try to do a little bit today as well. But then there is a very simplistic, yet a very relevant way for all of us to look at it when we talk about chanting. If I ask you, do you guys have any mantra? Maybe some of you will say, yes, I do. And some of you say, no, I don't believe. But I say that all of us have a mantra. I say, no, I don't believe that. How it is true that I have a mantra. And this is a more simplistic perspective I would like to offer to you. Like today we have a event till 7 o'clock. Any evening, if you are sitting by yourself for just like a 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just not doing anything, like having your chai or coffee just by yourself, pay attention. Pay attention in a couple of minutes when the chai becomes normal or routine, a particular chant starts, a particular thought pattern starts. And you may have a few
but they're quite repetitive. You will find it. Many a times we ask each other, no, what did you do yesterday evening? We tend to say, no, I didn't do anything. But that's actually very partial truth. What do we mean by that is I didn't do anything constructive. But if you pay attention during that time, you will see there is a constant, some kind of a thought pattern we are repeating. What is the issue with this? It is like it is not necessarily always healthy. It could be a constant worry or something, or a thinking about what is my future or my present situations. And every one of us have a very unique tape, a unique mantra, or a few unique mantras which comes from time to time. So when we do a practice of japa or this chanting of this mantra, what we are trying also is replacing the chatter with something more intentional. So when we do this chant, it's got to be intentional, meaning what? We do not want to be just doing it on the side. One important part to look at it is also that, see, as they say, our subconscious, there is a term used to represent subconscious, is like iceberg, meaning what? A portion of that is known. The tip of the iceberg we can see, but underneath it is very huge. We cannot see that iceberg. What that means is, like, when we live, a few things are going to come up from time to time. But the good news is that the entire iceberg won't come up in one instant. Only a portion of that will be available. And the moment that thought is replaced by something which is intentional, which is, let's say, one of our intended mantra, we have the capacity of basically having good things inside ourselves. So thoughts are things we carry, as Yogananda ji says. So what is it that we want to carry with us? Is it habitual, what is coming to us, or something we would like for ourselves? That is why we are going to look at mantras and chant them. Let it be repeating inside ourselves. Stay with it consciously and intently. So we will try a few, and then that could be a very beautiful beginning of today's day as well. I've chosen 2 mantras and 1 affirmation that we will practice today for the next 10-15 minutes as well. The first chant I have in mind is, again, most of you probably have heard it, not only heard, probably practiced it also, is Gayatri mantra. Again, it is Sanskrit. I'm not a Sanskrit expert, but I do have a little understanding, so I found out the meanings of it. Important to tune into what it is that we are saying as well. It goes as Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya. It says, my mind or my intellect be guided by the divine. You see, it's an extremely potent and a beautiful prayer. Our entire life, if you reflect, it is led by what? The thoughts that we are getting. A particular thought comes, let's go here, we follow. Another thought comes, we follow. So thoughts are actually leading our life. So this prayer is inviting the divine, after bowing to many of the devotees, inviting the divine that my mind, my intellect, my consciousness be soaked in that, so that every thought that I get be divine. Every action, as a result, I'll take, be guided by that divine energy. So in addition to that, the words themselves are composed in such a way they create a beautiful vibrations. So even if you don't understand a single word, I will invite you to keep this particular thought in your heart. That as we sing it, say it for around 5 times, and that may all our intellects, our minds, be guided by that one infinite intelligence. So please, I invite you also to say it 5 times with me. If you wish, you can close your eyes. Don't need to count. I'll count it for you. We'll sing it 5 times. The Gayatri mantra. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Om Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Om Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Om Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Om Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Om Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. You may open your eyes just for a moment. Again, if you start feeling something beautiful, you can keep your eyes closed for longer if you like. The next mantra I have in mind is, again, you have heard and probably sang it many times, is Mahamrityunjaya mantra. These two mantras are extremely powerful. Yet, again, we just heard the meaning of the first mantra. I'll tell you what this other mantra is talking about. Mahamrityunjaya mantra. Triambakam yajamahe says, I bow to the three-eyed one. We can call him the Shiva or your favorite deity, or just the omnipresent intelligence. It's not a particular one that we're bowing to the infinite intelligence. Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, the one who is all fragrant, the one who is all powerful, all potent. Urvarukami Bhavandhana Mrityor Mokshiya Mamritat. Says like a ripe fruit, how effortlessly it can fall away from the branch of a tree. Similarly, let all my afflictions, all my bad things drop away from me, leading me to liberation. So it's a very powerful one, and especially as we chant this for 5 times, I would also invite you to bring, if you feel anything you are ready to let go of, and yet it is with you. Just thinking about like that ripe fruit, it just falls away. This is not needed anymore. Please let the divine take it away from us. Generally, when we sing, there is also fire in front of us, and then we offer it into the fire. The symbolic thing is, this is done, that is over. And in that, there's a sense of freedom also. If you see these words, are they, these words are not, is there Hindi or Hindu about it? Is it Indian? If you see, these thoughts are very universal. And so please consider it like that when we sing it. So let's sing the Mahamrityunjaya mantra. Again, as I said, just keep that thought in your heart very much. And let's add the power of its intonation. And just as we sing it 5 times again, Mahamrityunjaya mantra. And for this particular one, if you like, you can also use a hand to do a offering as swaha as we end it. So let's begin. Triambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukami bhavandhanan mrityormokshiyamamritat swaha. Om Triambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukami bhavandhanan mrityormokshiyamamritat swaha. Om Triambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukami bhavandhanan mrityormokshiyamamritat swaha. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardanam Urvarukami Pavandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat Swaha. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukami Pavandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat Swaha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. It is feeling better, isn't it? This is a good beginning for our day. We have a long but good day ahead of us. Every practice is bringing something for us. It is important. You see, you have a bag in your, you go shopping and you like something, you cannot put it into the basket if the basket is full. Our mind and ourselves, that we carry some things like that. Good things we're hearing, but we're not letting go of our old thoughts. There's no space. They just remain like a good thought that I heard one morning. And but I am what I am. Let's change that. And Mahamrityunjaya mantra allows that. Let's create space. I need better things to come. I'll figure what those things out, but this part is done. Let it fall away from me. And with that thought, this is the last affirmation I would like to give you. And this is again the words of Swami Kriyananda Ji. I will read it a little bit, and then we will also do the affirmation. As I said again, Yogananda Ji says, thoughts are real things. Think really like you're a chota basket. You're going, always carrying something inside ourselves. That's what I jokingly said is my chant or my mantra and your mantra. We are always chanting like that. Sometimes we don't even like our own mantra. Still, I am chanting it. So I want to remove it. I want to put a better one inside. And that's why this thought is about high-mindedness. How can we live in the world? You see, is this world perfect? By far, no, at all, not at all. Just go outside your door and you will see there's so many troubles outside. No, we can sometimes get together and you will see many times there's, oh, this is wrong. There's war here. This political party is problematic. There are lots of problems. How are you going to fix it? Not the consciousness, which is basically complaining. So when we talk about any situation, there are many layers and perspective to look at. But if you see in our own experience also, we're able to figure something out when we are a little detached, we take it from a higher perspective. है ना, दो लोग झगड़ रहे हैं, झगड़ा कर रहे हैं. Who solves it? Who is not biased? He say, okay, you tell me your part, you tell me your part, and now I have a solution to offer. That is a higher perspective, you see. And we have a choice to always remain that. We can go into the complaint mode or looking at problems, or we can remain at a point where there are solutions. And that is the thought of high-mindedness. And I want to give you this thought. Why do we repeat it? Because if we don't repeat it, our habits are going to come again back into our jhola. They are ready. But if we keep repeating these better thoughts, they don't. There's only like a few places in our basket. Either the good things can remain, the moment we stop, our habitual patterns come up. So I will read these beautiful thoughts by Swamiji. Just listen to it very carefully, very attentively. Whatever resonates with you, keep that inside your heart. And then I will lead into repetition, a particular way of doing the repetition for this affirmation. So Amiji writes on high-mindedness. People often speak of cynicism as the mark of realism. In fact, in a universe without any visible center, one might justifiably develop his understanding of it from any conceivable starting point. One's understanding, however, will only reflect who and what he himself is. A view from the depth lacks the perspective that can be achieved from the heights. A view from the depths lacks the perspective that can be achieved from the heights. From the mountain top, all the things are seen in their true proportion. Strive always to be a channel of high thoughts and inspiration. Never cooperate with anything petty or mean. Remember, the universe is, for each human being, both a mirror and an affirmation. One who entertains high thoughts will be himself ennobled. One who entertains high thoughts will be himself ennobled. So you can close your eyes and do these affirmations. We'll say this 4 times. First, in a loud voice, and I'll guide as we go, a little softer, softer, in a whisper, and finally purely mentally. This is the thought you may want to keep into your pocket, repeating throughout the day whenever you feel your unnecessary tape or mantra has started, replacing it with something like this. So let's repeat first loudly. I will see goodness in everything. I will view the world around me not from the depths of matter attachment, but from the heights of divine aspiration. I will see goodness in everything. Please repeat loudly. I will view the world around me not from the depths of matter attachment, but from the heights of divine aspiration. A little quietly, but with more determination, more focus, more concentration. I will see goodness in everything. I will view the world around me not from the depths of matter attachment, but from the heights of divine aspiration. I will see goodness in everything. I will view the world around me not from the depths of matter attachment, but from the heights of divine aspiration. Now, as a whisper, I will see goodness in everything. I will view the world around me not from the depths of matter attachment, but from the heights of divine aspiration. And now, mentally, even more concentration, feel this energy behind this thought vibrating in your heart, confirming this is what I really wish to do. I would do. I will see goodness in everything. I will view the world around me not from the depths of matter attachment, but from the heights of divine aspiration. I will see goodness in everything. I will view the world around me not from the depths of matter attachment, but from the heights of divine aspiration. Closing our eyes just for a moment, let the vibrations of these chants, the mantras that we chanted, the vibrations of these words, affirmation, committing yourself that you would try in some ways to remain connected to the highest possible for each one of us and be a channel in this world of that highest energy, of that divine consciousness. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.